I watched my wife's affair partner lose everything in exactly 93 days. His marriage, his corner office, his country club membership, even his parking spot at the gym. And the wildest part? I didn't have to lift a finger for most of it. I just had to stop being the nice guy who keeps everyone's secrets. Okay, let me back up. My name's Aaron, I'm 34. And until 6 months ago, I thought I had the whole middle class dream locked down. Decent house in the suburbs. A wife named Jessica, who made these insane homemade cinnamon rolls every Sunday. 2 cars that were paid off. And a vacation fund that we'd been building for 7 years because we were finally going to do that 3-week trip through New Zealand. Okay, $52,000. We'd scrimped for this. We'd skipped vacations. We'd eaten leftovers. We'd driven cars with duct tape bumpers. But we had a plan. I'm a project manager at a mid-sized construction firm. Nothing sexy. I wear khakis to work. I drink coffee that tastes like cardboard. I have a spreadsheet for our grocery budget. I'm that guy. Jessica was a dental hygienist. She smelled like mint and latex gloves when she came home. She'd complain about patients who didn't floss. We'd watch Jeopardy and she'd get every literature question wrong, but somehow knew all the state capitals. It was boring. It was comfortable. It was mine. We'd been married for 9 years, high school sweethearts, prom, matching yearbook quotes, the whole nauseatingly adorable package. And yeah, things had gotten a little routine, a little predictable. But I thought that was just marriage. I thought that was normal. March 14th. I remember because it was pie day and Jessica had made an actual pie as a joke. Apple. Still warm when I got home early because a client meeting got canceled. Okay. I walked in and she was on the couch with her laptop. And when she saw me, she slammed it shut so hard I heard something crack. "You're home early," she said. Not "hey honey" or "how was your day," but "you're home early," like I'd just violated her airspace. "Meeting got moved," I said. "What are you working on?" "Nothing. Just emails." Now, I'm not naturally a suspicious person. I'm the guy who believes you when you say you're running late because of traffic. I'm the guy who tips 20% even when the service is bad. But something in her voice, something in the way her hand was still pressing down on that laptop like she was physically holding secrets inside it. I knew. "Can I see?" I asked. "See what?" "The emails." "Aaron, don't be weird. Don't be weird." Okay, that phrase. That's the phrase that cheaters use when they want to make you feel crazy for noticing reality. Don't be weird. Don't be paranoid. Don't be controlling. It's gaslighting. In 3 words, Jessica, let me see the laptop. She stood up, held it against her chest. "You don't trust me?" I did. Past tense. "Show me the laptop." What followed was this absolutely unhinged 10-minute argument where she cycled through every deflection technique known to man. I was being insecure. I was being controlling. I was projecting because I'd been distant. That last one almost worked, almost made me apologize, but I held firm. Finally, she set the laptop down, walked to the bedroom, locked the door. I opened the laptop, still logged into her email. Okay, I'm not proud of what I did next, but I'm not ashamed either. I read everything. His name was Colin. Colin, with an I, not an E, like that made him interesting. He worked at the same dental practice as Jessica. He was the office manager. Married, 2 kids, drove a Tesla. Had one of those LinkedIn profiles where every post is a humble brag about leadership. The emails went back 14 months. 14 months. They started professional, then friendly, then flirty, then explicit. I'm talking detailed descriptions of things they'd done in the supply closet. In our guest bedroom when I was at a work conference in Denver. There were selfies, there were inside jokes, there were plans. But here's the part that made my hands shake so hard I had to set the laptop down. They'd used our vacation fund. Our vacation fund. The account we'd nicknamed Kiwi Dreams because we're corny people. The account that had $52,000 in it last time I checked. I pulled up the bank app. Logged in. $800. $800. I scrolled through the transactions. Withdrawals, transfers, sell payments to Colin's personal account. 1,500 here. 3,000 there. Hotels, restaurants. A weekend trip to Napa. Another one to Scottsdale. Gifts, jewelry. A down payment on a fucking handbag that cost more than our mortgage. There was a paper trail of my wife spending 7 years of our sacrifices on another man. I sat there on that couch. The same couch where we'd watched our wedding video. The same couch where we'd planned our future. And I felt something inside me just turn off, okay? You know that scene in movies where someone's heart monitor flatlines? That's what happened to my emotions. Just a long, steady beep of nothing. Jessica came out of the bedroom an hour later, eyes red, tissue in her hand. She sat down next to me, put her hand on my knee. I'm sorry I overreacted, she said. You can look at whatever you want. I have nothing to hide. I just stared at her. This woman I'd known for 16 years. This woman whose childhood dog was named Buttons. This woman who cried at insurance commercials. This woman who was sitting there lying to my face with the confidence of a politician. I already looked, I said. Her face did this thing. This micro expression where the mask just slipped for half a second. Fear, pure fear. Aaron, 14 months. Colin, $51,000. Want me to keep going or are we done pretending? She started crying, real tears, shoulders shaking, the whole performance. And here's the thing. Part of me, some stupid loyal part of me, wanted to comfort her. Wanted to fix this. That's how deep the programming goes. But I didn't move. It just happened, she said. Classic. I didn't mean for it to happen. He understood me. You were always working. We just drifted apart. It didn't mean anything. $51,000 is a really expensive nothing. I said I was going to pay it back. With what money, Jessica? Your salary that goes into our joint account? The joint account I have access to? When exactly were you planning this magic reimbursement? She didn't have an answer. She just kept crying, kept saying she was sorry, kept reaching for me. I stood up, grabbed my keys, drove to a Motel 6 that smelled like industrial cleaner and sadness. Paid cash, lay on a bed that felt like it was stuffed with gravel, and I stared at the ceiling tiles counting the stains until the sun came up. The next week was a blur. I moved my stuff out while Jessica was at work. Just the essentials, clothes, laptop, my dad's old watch. I took exactly half of what was in our joint checking account, which was tragically $400 each. I crashed with my buddy Marcus, who had a pull-out couch that tried to fold me in half every night. I couldn't eat. I lost 11 pounds in 9 days. I'd start to make coffee and then forget what I was doing and just stand there holding the pot like an idiot. I called in sick to work 3 days in a row. I didn't tell anyone what happened. I was embarrassed. How do you admit your wife spent your entire future on her coworker? How do you say that out loud? Jessica texted me 47 times that week. I counted. They ranged from, please come home, we can work through this, to you're abandoning me. When I need you most to, I'm keeping the house. The audacity. The sheer audacity of that last one almost made me laugh. I didn't respond to any of it. I did, however, do some research. I Googled Colin, found his Facebook, which was public because he's an idiot, found his Instagram, found his wife's Instagram. Her name was Diane. She posted a lot of motivational quotes and pictures of their kids at soccer practice. She looked nice. She looked like someone who didn't deserve what was about to happen to her life. But here's the thing. I didn't want to be the only one sitting in the dark. Marcus found me on day 10 sitting at his kitchen table with my laptop, and about 6 tabs open. Bank statements, Facebook profiles, LinkedIn, the dental practice's website. You planning a murder? He asked. Because I'll help you hide a body, but I'm not great with blood. Not murder, I said. Justice. Those aren't always different things, man. I told him everything. The affair, the money, the supply closet adventures. By the end, Marcus looked like he wanted to punch a wall. What are you gonna do? He asked. I'm going to stop protecting people who don't deserve it, I said. Here's what I knew. Colin was married. Colin's wife didn't know. Colin's employer, the dental practice, had a very strict fraternization policy because I'd found the employee handbook on their website. Colin had embezzled from my marriage, but technically the money was in a joint account, so legally Jessica could do whatever she wanted with it. I couldn't get him arrested, but I could get him exposed. I made a list. Okay, I actually made a spreadsheet because I'm that kind of person. 3 columns, target, method, timeline. Target 1, Diane, Colin's wife. She deserved to know. Target 2, the dental practice. They deserved to know their office manager was sleeping with an employee. Target 3, Colin's reputation. This man posted on LinkedIn twice a week about integrity and leadership. Time to test that brand. I didn't want to be cruel. I didn't want to destroy Diane's life via Facebook message. So I did something old school. I wrote a letter, printed it out, put it in an envelope. Okay, hand-delivered it to her mailbox at 6 in the morning when I knew Colin would already be at the gym because his Instagram stories were very predictable. The letter was simple. No accusations, just facts. Dates, locations, screenshot printouts of emails, Bank transactions showing payments from Jessica to Colin. Hotel receipts I'd found in Jessica's car when I went back for the rest of my stuff. I included my phone number, told her I was sorry, told her she could call me if she wanted to verify anything. Then I waited. She called me 4 hours later. I was at work pretending to review a budget spreadsheet when my phone buzzed. Is this Erin? Her voice was shaking. Yeah? Is this Diane? How long have you known? 2 weeks. Did you send this to hurt me? No, I said, and I meant it. I sent it because I thought you deserved the truth, same as I deserved it. She was quiet for a long time. I could hear her breathing. Then, thank you. She hung up. 3 days later, Marcus sent me a screenshot. Colin's Facebook relationship status had changed from married to Diane Peterson to nothing. Just blank. Just profile picture changed from a family photo to some generic sunset. Dude, Marcus texted. You broke up a marriage. I didn't break up anything. I typed back. Colin did. I just turned on the lights. But here's where it gets interesting. Diane wasn't the type to go quietly. I know this because 2 days after that, she posted a full essay on Facebook. Tagged Colin, tagged the dental practice, tagged mutual friends. It was scorched earth. She detailed the affair. She detailed the lying. She didn't mention me or Jessica by name, but she mentioned his coworker about 15 times. She ended it with, I will not be quiet to protect the reputation of a man who destroyed his family. The post got 243 reactions, 68 comments. Colin deleted his Facebook that same day. Now, I didn't send anything to the dental practice. I didn't have to, because Diane's best friend worked in billing at the same practice. And Diane's best friend apparently had a very loud conversation with the practice owner about how maybe they should know what their office manager has been up to. I know this because Jessica called me. First time I'd heard her voice in 3 weeks. What did you do? She screamed. Not hi or how are you. Just straight to accusations. I don't know what you're talking about, I said calmly. Like I was ordering coffee. Colin got fired. They fired him, Aaron. And now they're looking into me. Tomorrow, wants to meet with me tomorrow. Sounds like a work problem. You told his wife. You ruined his life. I gave her information. She made her own choices. Same choices I'm making. You're being vindictive. I'm being honest. There's a difference. She hung up on me. Called back 30 seconds later. I could lose my job, she said. Quieter now. Almost pleading. You stole $51,000 from our future to fund an affair with your boss. Jessica, I'm the wrong party here, not you. It wasn't stealing, it was a joint account. Legally? Sure. Morally, you're a thief? I hung up, blocked her number, went back to work. Over the next month, I watched Colin's life disintegrate in real time through the magic of social media. Okay. Diane posted updates, not constant, not obsessive, but enough. Week 1, Colin moved out. Stayed at a extended stay America. Diane knew because his credit card was still linked to her Amazon account and she saw the charge. Week 2, the dental practice announced staff changes on their website. Colin's name disappeared from the team page. Jessica got demoted. No longer a hygienist, she was doing front desk work. Answering phones, scheduling appointments. Week 3, Colin's Tesla got repossessed. Diane posted a photo of the tow truck with the caption, guess the lease payments bounced. I shouldn't have laughed, I did anyway. Week 4, someone at Colin's gym saw him there and posted a gym selfie. Colin was in the background. He'd lost weight. Looked hollow. The mutual friend who posted it added, Bro, you okay in the comments? Colin never responded. And me, I was doing better. Not great, but better. I'd started running in the mornings, started eating real food again. Started seeing a therapist who told me that what I was feeling was grief, and that was normal. I'd started the divorce paperwork, found a lawyer who looked like someone's grandma but talked like a mob boss. She told me that legally, I probably couldn't recover the vacation fund money. But I could make the divorce expensive for Jessica in other ways. I was sleeping in a real apartment now. 1 bedroom, hardwood floors, a view of a parking lot, but it was mine. I bought a coffee maker, a nice one. The kind that grinds the beans. Small victories. Colin tried to rebuild. He really did. 2 months after getting fired, he posted on LinkedIn a whole vulnerability post about facing personal challenges and growing through adversity and excited for the next chapter. It had that very specific energy of a man trying to rehab his image. He'd gotten a new job. Sales position at a medical supply company. Good salary, probably. He updated his LinkedIn with the new title, posted a photo of himself in a suit on his first day with some caption about new beginnings. And this is where I did something that maybe crossed a line. Maybe. I'm still not sure. I created a burner email account, sent a polite professional email to the HR department at his new company. Didn't say anything untrue. Just asked if they were aware of the circumstances of his departure from his previous employer. Included a link to Diane's public Facebook post. Suggested they might want to verify his references. That's it, that's all I did. 2 weeks later, Colin's LinkedIn updated again. The new job was gone. His headline changed to seeking new opportunities. Marcus thought I went too far. Man, he's already lost everything. Wife, job, car. You're kicking him when he's down. He spent $51,000 of my money on my wife. I said, he doesn't get to just start over like nothing happened. So what's the end game? He lives in a dumpster, he's homeless. The end game is consequences. The end game is he doesn't get to fail upward. Marcus didn't agree, but he stopped arguing. 4 months after I moved out, Jessica showed up at my apartment. I'd ignored her emails, ignored her calls, ignored the letter her lawyer sent about the divorce settlement. I was done negotiating with someone who'd already taken everything. She knocked on my door at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday. I looked through the peephole. She was holding a casserole dish. I opened the door, didn't invite her in. Hi, she said, small voice. The voice she used when she wanted something. What do you want, Jessica? I brought you dinner. That pasta thing you like. I looked at the casserole dish, looked at her. You drove 40 minutes to bring me pasta? I wanted to see you, to talk. We can talk through lawyers. Aaron, please. Can I come in? 5 minutes. Against my better judgment, I let her in. She set the casserole on my counter. Looked around the apartment. It was clean. Minimalist. I'd bought a couple plants. A bookshelf. Some art prints. It looked like a person lived there. A person who was doing okay. It looks nice, she said. Thanks. I miss you. And there it was. Okay. The real reason for the visit. You miss me, I repeated. Flat. I made a mistake. A huge mistake. I know that. And I've been going to therapy. Real therapy. And I've realized that I sabotaged us because I was afraid of commitment. Of being boring. Of getting old. And Colin was just an escape. But he wasn't real. You're real. I let her talk. Let her go through the whole script. The apologies, the explanations, the promises that she'd changed, that we could start over, that she'd pay back every cent, that she'd spend the rest of her life making it up to me. When she finally stopped, I asked her one question. If you hadn't gotten caught, would you have stopped? She hesitated, just for a second, but that second told me everything. I don't know, she whispered. Then we're done here. I said, you need to leave. Aaron, Jessica, you don't miss me. You miss the life we had. You miss the stability. You miss having someone who paid half the mortgage and didn't ask questions. But I'm not that person anymore. I'm not your backup plan. I love you. You loved $51,000 more. She left crying, left the casserole. I threw it away. I didn't want anything from her. Not even pasta. A week after Jessica's visit, I got a LinkedIn message from Colin. Okay, the audacity. Aaron, I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I wanted to reach out man to man. I made mistakes. I hurt you. I hurt my family. I'm trying to rebuild my life and I keep hitting walls. I know you've been in contact with my former employers. I'm asking you to stop. I have kids. I need to work. Whatever anger you have toward me, I get it. But please, let me move on. I read it 3 times, showed it to Marcus. He's begging you, Marcus said. He's trying to manipulate me, I corrected. So what are you gonna do? I thought about it, really thought about it. Part of me wanted to ignore him. Part of me wanted to send back a message telling him exactly what I thought of his man-to-man bullshit. But instead I wrote this. Colin, you didn't just make mistakes. You made choices. You chose to sleep with my wife. You chose to accept $51,000 that you knew wasn't yours. You chose to lie to your wife and your kids. Those aren't mistakes. Those are character traits. I'm not blocking you from employment. I'm providing factual information to people who ask. If the truth is damaging to your career, that's a you problem. Lose my number. I blocked him after sending it. Marcus slow clapped. Ice cold, man. It's not cold, it's honest. The divorce took 7 months total. My lawyer was relentless. We couldn't touch the vacation fund money because it came from a joint account. But we did get the house sold. We did split the assets exactly 50-50. Jessica tried to argue that she deserved more because she'd contributed more emotionally, which is insane but sure. The judge didn't care. Jessica had to buy out my half of the house equity or sell. She couldn't afford the buyout. The house sold in 3 weeks. We netted $41,000 after closing costs and fees. I got $20,500. Put it straight into a new savings account. Didn't call it Kiwi Dreams, just called it Future. Jessica moved into a 1-bedroom apartment across town. Got a roommate, a girl from her pilates class. She posted a selfie on Instagram with the caption "New Chapter" and a bunch of planned emojis. I didn't follow her. A mutual friend showed me. I didn't feel happy about it. Didn't feel sad. Felt nothing. And that was progress. 6 months after the divorce was finalized, Marcus sent me another screenshot. Colin had moved out of state, Nebraska. He was working at a call center according to his updated LinkedIn. No more leadership posts. No more inspirational quotes. Just a job title and a company name. Dude moved to Nebraska, Marcus texted. That's like witness protection for Midwest guys. Good for him. I typed back, and I meant it. Not sarcastically. I genuinely didn't care anymore. Colin wasn't my problem. He was a guy who made bad choices and faced consequences, that's it. He wasn't a supervillain. He wasn't worth my energy. He was just a cautionary tale. Diane, though, Diane was thriving. She'd started a blog about divorce recovery. Got a new job as a nurse practitioner. Posted photos of her and the kids hiking and going to baseball games. She looked happy. Actually happy. Not Instagram filtered performative happy. Real. She sent me a Facebook friend request 8 months after everything. I accepted. She messaged me. Hey Aaron, I know this is random, but I wanted to say thank you for telling me. I know it probably wasn't easy, but you gave me my life back. You gave yourself your life back, I wrote. I just provided information. Still, thank you. I hope you're doing okay getting there. And I was. I threw myself into work. Got promoted to senior project manager, got a raise, started leading bigger projects. Bought a condo, a real one, 2 bedrooms, a balcony, a dishwasher that didn't sound like a helicopter. I started dating again, nothing serious, just coffee dates, dinner here and there. I wasn't ready for serious, but I was ready to remember what it felt like to be wanted for the right reasons. I traveled. Took a solo trip to Colorado, hiked, sat by a lake, ate terrible gas station sandwiches and watched the sun set over mountains. Didn't take a lot of photos, didn't post anything, just existed. I started saving again, new vacation fund. This one was just called Aaron's Fun. A year and 2 months after I moved out, I ran into Jessica at a Target. She was in the candle aisle. I was buying paper towels. We made eye contact. For a second, I thought about turning around, but I didn't. Aaron, she said. Jessica, how are you? Good, you. I'm okay. Working a new job. Dental office across town. Better hours. That's good. Silence. The kind that's heavy with 1,000 unsaid things. I'm sorry, For all of it, I know I said it before, but I mean it. I was selfish and cruel, and you deserve better. I looked at her, really looked at her. She looked tired. Older. There were lines around her eyes that I didn't remember. She wasn't wearing her wedding ring. Neither was I. I appreciate that, I said. Do you think, she paused, do you think you'll ever forgive me? I thought about it, honest thought. Maybe, I said, someday. But not for you, for me. She nodded, eyes watery. That's fair. Take care of yourself, Jessica. You too. I walked away. Bought my paper towels, drove home, and I didn't think about her again that night. It's been a year and a half now. I'm 36. I've got a job I like, an apartment I love, a savings account that's growing. I've got friends who check on me, a therapist who keeps me honest, a life that's mine. Colin's still in Nebraska as far as I know. I don't check anymore. Diane's doing great. We're not close, but we're friendly. She sends me Christmas cards. Jessica's living her life. I'm living mine. We don't talk. And here's the thing I learned. Revenge isn't about destruction. It's about refusing to protect people from the consequences of their own actions. It's about stepping aside and letting the truth do the work. I didn't ruin Colin's life. He did that himself. I just stopped helping him hide it. I didn't destroy Jessica's future. She made her choices.